Men, stop prioritizing women. Women, stop prioritizing men. If you're in a relationship right now and you're not only prioritizing that person over yourself, but prioritizing that person over God, God will take that person away from you, right? And depending on that situation, you will bring that person back into your life once you realize that you need to prioritize God over all things, right? The worst thing you can do as a human being is prioritize another human being over your well-being, right? The more that you prioritize somebody over your own needs, the more that you're giving life to them, the more that you're giving power to them, and giving them the authority to do whatever they want to you, giving them the authority to do whatever they believe is right to you, right? And as a man, if you're prioritizing a woman over your goals, you will not only lose the woman, but you will lose yourself. You will lose two things, right? You can never just lose a woman. The moment that you start putting a woman over your needs, the moment you start putting a woman over your goals, you will lose all things. You will lose everything, to the point you realize that the only person that you need in your life is God. The only person that you really need in your life in order to move forward, in order for you to achieve your goals, is God. And the more that you search for Him, the more that you try to understand His teachings, the more that you will realize that a man and a woman must submit to each other. There should be no type of leverage. There should be no type of power control, right? Both of you must be humble within yourselves. You must be humble towards each other, right? There is no man that's supposed to be controlling women, and there is no woman that's supposed to be controlling men. A man and a woman must submit to each other, right? And as a man, you have to learn how to lead, right? The moment that you start stepping forward, right, taking accountability and humbling yourself, a woman will naturally start to do that as well. Why? Because you're leading. That's what it means to lead. It means to take that first step, right? Take that risk, right? You want to start a business, you want to build some type of company, you got to take that risk of knowing that this can go wrong, but I'm going to take this risk. Why? Because I'm a risk taker, right? And in order for you to be successful within life, you have to take risks. And it's the same thing with relationships. When you love somebody, you're giving that person the power to destroy you, and you're hoping that that person doesn't use that power. That's what it means to love somebody, right? That is what loving somebody is. Giving them the ability to hurt you, but trusting them that they won't do it. You cannot love somebody without opening your heart. That's the only way that you can love somebody 100%. Is opening up yourself. And I'm not saying be 100% vulnerable, right? But when you're loving somebody, you must take that risk of getting hurt, right? And that's comes with all things in life, not just relationships, right? If you shoot that shot, you're risking missing it. If you catch the ball, you're risking fumbling it. Everything in life comes with risks. What matters is how big of a risk taker are you? How confident are you as a man, right? If you're letting a woman take control of your life, it just goes to show that you're not really that confident within yourself. Not just self-respect, but you're just not confident, right? You're not confident at the fact that if this woman leaves me, I'll be okay because I have God. You're not confident within that. And the only way that you can be more respectful towards yourself, the only way that you can be more confident within yourself is by being alone. Being alone meditating and facing your own thoughts, facing your own demons, facing your own negative thoughts, right? Embracing the pain, embracing the struggle, embracing the anxiety, embracing the depression, right? You cannot grow as a man without going through pain. Pain is what makes men grow. Struggle is what makes men grow. Why? Because we learn from it. We learn from the mistakes that we make, right? That's why it's mad important where if somebody's older than you and he's speaking to you and he's giving you advice, you have to listen to him, right? Do not be one of those people that are so fulfilled with pride and they're like, well, it doesn't matter what you say, OG. I'm right all the time. That's not how you're gonna learn. That's not how you're gonna elevate in life at all. You must be able to listen and understand people who are older than you, right? Who are 50 years older than you, because they've been through stuff, right? They've been through a lot of stuff that you can't even comprehend. Why? Because you've never been through it. You have to be alone in order for you to grow. You have to be alone in order to gain that self-confidence, in order to gain that self-discipline, in order to gain that self-respect. You must be alone to experience these things. And I'm not saying be alone for the rest of your life, but you have to have the ability to not be afraid of being alone. Because if you're afraid of being alone, you're afraid of elevating, you're afraid of improving. If you're afraid of the dark, the only way that you can't be afraid of the dark anymore is be in the dark. If you're afraid of heights, the only way that you can't be afraid of heights is embracing yourself and going on roller coasters, going on airplanes. That's the only way that you can grow as a human being. That's the only way you can grow as a man. Embracing the anxiety, embracing the scarcity, right? Embracing these things and understand that you are human. But the only way that you can grow is embracing your emotions, embracing your thoughts, embracing yourself. That's what risk taking is about, right? It's taking that first step and knowing that things can go wrong, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Why? Because I believe that things can go right. And no, this is not an advice to gambling or anything like that. But in life, the only way that you can succeed, the only way that you can win is by taking risks. You can only grow when you're uncomfortable, right? It's okay to have $10,000 in your savings or $20,000, but over time, that money is gonna depreciate if you're not gonna do anything with it, right? Use that money to start a business. Use that money to do real estate. Use that money to invest in the stock market, do something. But don't just let it sit, or because you're scared of losing it. Don't get comfortable with money, right? And that's the thing with life in general. Don't get comfortable with life. Don't get too comfortable, right? Because comfort kills growth. That's what it truly does. Comfort really kills growth. The more that you're comfortable doing something, you can't elevate. There's no room for you to grow. There's nowhere for you to go. There's literally nowhere for you to go, right? Oh, I'm gonna keep shooting 3-pointers because that's all I'm good at. I'm just comfortable with shooting 3-pointers. Well, what if somebody is pressuring you, right? What if somebody is keeping up with you, guarding you heavily to the point where you can't shoot a 3? Now what? Now you can't score a mid-range, you can't drive to the basket, all because you're so comfortable with shooting 3s. It's the same thing with life, right? You're so comfortable with having a man or having a woman by your side to the point where now that you're alone, you don't know how to think, you don't know how to process your thoughts, you don't know how to upgrade yourself, all because you're so comfortable with being that so-and-so person 24/7. It's not healthy. And as a man, you must go through things alone. That being said, I'm gone. Take care.